Hello, hello. All right, now I think the audio's better. All right, so this should be kind of fun. Um, they just dropped the new files today, so yeah, let's get into it. This is the fifth drop morning. Thanks for all saying that. Oh, guess what I could do on this? I don't know if you could hear this. Did that read out the chat? Oh yeah. But yeah, I found that out how to do it with the text thingy from Gabber's channel. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's go drop 5, August 7th, 2026. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's do all the files, or do you guys want to like do just the videos first? Let's just start off with the video. See what we got. Let's see. Says the um so the United States Central Command submitted a report to yeah uh admitted a report uh, to Arrow consisting of 16 seconds of footage, the secondary capture recorded by cell phone of an infrared sensor. Okay, so I think that means they took a cell phone and recorded a bigger, more official screen. Uh, the footage does not represent native primary sensor data, and the secondary recording method introduces limitations in fidelity, resolution, and overall visual quality. Artifacts inherent to filming screens, such as blurring or flickering, may be present. And there's a report in this drop about it, so we can hear um, what the testimony is of it. So where did it go? I don't think there's any sound on these probably, but I just got it reading out stuff randomly. This is gonna be fun. You guys can go wild. I'll shut off if it gets too wild, but yeah, I just see a white dot thing. I don't know what this little circle is. Let's just watch that one more time. It's so noisy. I have no clue what that is. Maybe the report was deleted media. Oh, there's a few more things. Oh, there's a bunch of things, so I wonder if it's the same thing. But let's just check out what this video is. Another secondary capture. So this is a cell phone filming another official screen. This is a date. This is 2021. I think that's either September 8th or August 9th. I don't know how these dates work like that. Yeah, everyone says that they're nothing burgers, but at least we're getting to go on. Although that's kind of weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been going through a lot of the National Archive things, a bunch of the FOIA releases that some are still classified info. There's a lot of cool stuff we can get into. Maybe I should just get these to autoplay. Uh, so yeah, that was a very grainy footage. It's so true. They're so hard to film things far away, especially to film things at night, and have that all stay in frame and then stay in focus. It's, and especially at the time, you got to be like, oh yeah, I got to take out my phone. I should probably just be like, whoa. Okay, so this was on board some AC-130 gunship. Those are big dogs. Exactly, exactly. That's why I was thinking about getting into the FOIA documents of like the David Fravor case and the Tic Tac, because we have that footage to go with it and stuff. Um, yeah, this is on a gunship, I guess. So here's a 30 seconds. I think these are all the same incident. Oh, arrow. I don't know. I mean, there might be something, but nothing that we're gonna get. Like, what I really like is the old footage, like before it was released, before AI and like before computer graphics got really insane. Well, let's go into them one by one, see what the actual reports say, see what they give us first. Film analysis of unidentified objects from 1953 in Utah. Montana and Utah in 1953 and 1952, respectively. The file contains documents the center's analytic process, assumptions that constrain its confidence level, tentative conclusions, and recommendations for further research. The center assessed generally that the objects depicted in the film demonstrated characteristics that were inconsistent with those of natural phenomenon or commonly known aerospace technologies. Heard that a lot. Uh, the memo documents the center's recommendation for more well-resourced investigations to corroborate its presumptive findings, citing lack of funding and personnel. Let's kind of just flip through this for a sec. Why did that get so small? What happened? Oh, yeah, coming in. There we go, zooming in. Some spreadsheet stuff. Definitely on some officially looking yellow paper. So here's to the Director of Navy Intelligence. Yeah, it's crazy. Can you imagine the people picking the targets on it? The image, like I guess that was uh the Portland whistleblower. That's what he used to do. It's like worked for the drones, but he wasn't flying them. He was like doing the imaging or something. Yeah, that's what some of these really distant ones. That's why I like the Tic Tac footage a lot. Uh, so it has a request from the Air Force of movies of the objects taken. I think they meant like clips and like videos. I don't think they mean like Hollywood movies. A 16 millimeter color film. That's pretty sweet. You could get high resolution off of that if it's in like focus and the lenses. Yeah, yeah. They got the saying, putting warheads on foreheads. So it says the film is exposed very poorly, and what they have was pretty brittle and stuff. They blew it up 22 times. Brightly colored spots of red, green, lasting only 1 or 2 frames were not to be considered. That's what's the name. Well, this is like info about the footage itself, I think. Densitometric data. You don't know what that means? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the Tic Tac was infrared. It's like the forward-looking infrared, or like the FLIR is what they call. What up, Danny? So yeah, we're just going through UFO files so far. There's no like smoking guns, but it's cool that they're putting stuff out. So I don't, everyone wants them to walk out an alien disclosure day. And okay, so here's the graph the things brightness and size over the frames, and it keeps increasing. So they think that some of the blinking lights are images of reflected surfaces and would occur during a period of 90 seconds while passing through an angle. This is about the picture analysis. All objects appear to the same characteristics in regards to shape, color, size, and relative motion. The shape of the objects appears to be oblate or disc-shaped. So we got some classic saucers. They're bluish white and a maximum and minimum size of 98 and 16 feet. Using like 20 and 100 feet. um, so the plots of the groups indicate that the objects move counterclockwise relative to the axis of the flight path. Interesting. So the saucers spin counterclockwise? I wonder if they go clockwise, if they bury into the ground. Where nothing has been detected which indicates motion of the individual objects about their own axis, although this motion appears to be likely. Trying to figure out the speed of it, there's 3 things. They said that they were like actually holding the camera steady in the third part of the film. They're moving perpendicular to the lens. And they're about 5 miles from the camera. Yeah, I think they're saying that these are not the ideal conditions to get velocity. I'm just kind of skimming all this stuff, so um, whoa, very interesting. That's really cool. Oh, and we got some equations. So what's A? Oh, A is just our equation. Oh, it's acceleration, the final velocity, initial velocity over time. Oh, so they put some real math into figuring out. And probably just analyze the frames and the distance between the known points in the frames or something. Whoa, is that what it said? Oh, wow. Wow. Good catch. Good catch. So yeah, they have to have some sort of like inertia reduction or something live inside that. So these are in Montana, and they're going fast as hell too. Let's see, nothing's reoccurring in the relative position of the objects in formation. It appears, however, as if the shift in relative positions were regular and that the original formation would be recovered if continuing action has been recorded. What I think is neat is how detailed they're analyzing all this stuff back in the 50s. Like, this is a well-written report of just how much that dot goes blink where. Yes, you can. You can like use some like trigonometry and stuff almost or something like that. Um, Nothing in phase, either in formation or tumbling motion. Spectrodynamic data, spectrophotometric data analysis will be made. Preliminary test is underway. What the heck is this thing? It's like they put a lie detector or earthquake test. I don't know if they like glide, but like the way like Bob Lazar, it just seems like they kind of like wobble to it or some almost or tilt or fall into space or something rather than fly into space. They more fall into like manipulate gravity. It's like they're constantly falling through a spot or something. Do you think they had the data back in the 50s? That's a good point. I wonder how that's the density records. What the heck is a density record? This all analyzing the footage. Maybe they're saying, yeah, here's frames of the footage and then the density. So maybe they're checking to see if it was spliced together or something. What do you think what these density records are? Density of the tape? Because frames. The heck is this? Oh, that's just some scribbles on the folder. I thought that was a flight path. Doesn't that look like some wacky little flight path some orb could take? But that's just some old folder. I want to make sure. I have no clue where my phone went. But let me zoom out and see these scribbles a little bit better. Oh yeah, those are some scribbly scribblies. Yeah, They definitely input that to the density lie detector. What the heck is density readings? It goes frames too. Oh, so that's the end of this. So let's go back. Oopsie. Let's reshare my screen because I definitely closed the share screen tab. There we go. Well, let's just keep this on. This is fun. My phone is a hoot. Yeah. Let's see if this is the related media. Is this one? No. So it's describing footage, but this is digital rendering of an airborne triangle from 2002. Ooh, that is definitely a black triangle. What I've kind of been collecting is I've got a few more that I want to do before putting a presentation together. It's just different pyramid shapes. So we'll probably combine triangles with pyramids, do those together. But it's gathering lots of sightings. This image is based on a first-hand description. We can move to the theater. There we go. I kind of like this layout. The layouts I've been having fun with. So that's a digital rendering. So an artistic rendering interpretation of reported incidents near Colorado Springs, potentially involving UAP in 2023. The image is based on a first-hand description provided by former Department of War employee, as described in this other document they dropped. The Federal Bureau of the FBI prepared this digital rendering in 2026. So they just made this as a. So that's kind of. A lot of people are going to probably say it's lame that they're doing artistic renderings, but if we only have the eyewitness report from a qualified eyewitness, an artistic rendering isn't too bad. That's kind of cool, I think. Oh yeah, so yeah. Here's this thing. We got a little triangle up here. All these houses. So in comparison, that's a pretty big thingy. If there's related files. Where's the related file? There's this right there. Yeah, same. And if they could even work with like an AI and have the eyewitness corroborate the AI, I think that could be pretty cool too. Dark triangle with lights. Ooh, cool. So this looks like those TR3B things that they talk about. Rendering involving an incident. So yeah, this has the. Oh yeah, there probably is a lot redacted. We haven't like we just kind of went. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's the I think the eyewitness report. Redactions made to protect the identity of eyewitnesses, the location of government facilities, and potentially sensitive information about military sites not related to UAP. No redactions have been made to any files released under Trump's directive concerning information about. So they're just saying they're only deleting stuff to protect stuff that they're hiding stuff at and people that are hiding stuff or something. I don't know. But let's flip through this. So on April, who knows? It's a very interesting point. So sometime in April 2025, so-and-so was interviewed by so-and-so of the supervisory special agent. I never even heard of that. Special agent, a task force officer. Also attending the meeting was this name, this name, this name, and this long sentence, and I don't know, a bunch of other, a lot of redactedness in there. You're totally right. This is sort of an initial reaction, so we could not have to come into it with like, I'm so disappointed. I'm actually excited about these things. Like it's a lot of stuff they've already released and right. I almost like how would you like to see Lou Elizondo debate UAP GERB with Dr. Phil moderating or something like that? So far it's weird that he got into a position like to like so high up, but he's got those media connections already, and he hasn't said anything that I haven't not agreed with. He's just saying like they got more, they're hiding stuff from us, they've been lying to us. Like that's the general message I've gotten from Dr. Phil. Like maybe he's an experiencer. That would be really cool to have someone sit down and actually interview Phil about his knowledge and background into the phenomenon. But I guess after, let's see, let's keep going. They need some public figure that can explain it in a smooth, calm voice. And he's not like whistleblowing anything right now. He's just kind of he's doing the same. Like what's kind of neat though is it does show you that in this UFO field, anyone could come into it with no background. You don't have to have a book. I mean, he did write a book, but it looks like We Got Issues or something like something not UFO related. But you don't like you could as long as you just have an opinion. I guess you can be in the UFO field. It depends on where you're gonna sit in it, and people pay more attention to people with a bigger platform just because of the platform in itself. So I guess one of the witnesses or person they're reporting to served 6.5 years in the Army. Someone served 24 years in the Army. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I got footage. I got footage. Oh, that's actually some good stuff. Right? If we all stick around, I'll see some of that. But on an evening in June or July 20, I don't know how real the footage is, but it looks really cool. Um, it was dark outside when so and so was leaving his driveway located at somewhere about 8 or 9 p.m. He was with so and so who was driving the vehicle, and so and so and so and so was in the front passenger seat. Maybe they're double buckled. Vehicle was about 50 feet from the driveway, preparing to make a left turn onto some street that we'll never be able to know what it is. And when they reach the intersection of another place we won't know, oh yeah, yeah. I'm actually really interested in that. I'm like, if you guys saw the trailer, like I was like, first it's like, is this new? Is this new? And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a recut of the already film, but maybe it'll be like the difference between like Blade Runner Final Cut and Blade Runner Theatrical, and they'll like be able to do stuff without Fox's oversight as much. Okay, so here's more of this triangle thing. What was that? Okay, so When they reached the intersection, he was looking out the window and saw three lights in the sky. Someone with a shorter name got out of the vehicle, and when he looked up, he saw a massive black isosceles triangle shaped object flying north. The object had a car-sized white light in each of its three corners that emitted a diffuse glow and were recessed back a bit from the corners. This is some cool stuff. This is the eyewitness stuff I want to hear about, these triangles and stuff. What's the date? Let's say on 2025? 2011. Okay. Um, so I missed some stuff. Where am I at? So the object was low to the ground and creating a low humming noise that made a pulsing sound. Yeah. It sounds very much like the description we all know of TR3B. Do you guys know TR3Bs make a low humming pulsing sound? Like I'm just getting like just based on the description, I'm making that. I've never heard of TR3B, but someone told him to take a video, but by the time that guy got his phone out, the object had flown over the tree line behind the house to the north and out of sight. Oh, cool. I see here from Aura. So yeah, I mean that makes so sense to like be like seeing an object and be like, oh, whoa, oh wait, I should get my phone. Oh, it's gone. See, they observed the object. He was overwhelmed by the size of it and how low it was to the ground. Thought the object may have been 800 feet above the ground. Based on the dimensions of their environment, he estimated the object was 200 feet long and 100 feet wide. That's bigger than a car. Yeah. I've heard some of them make. I haven't heard. I don't stuff about the TR3s. Maybe when they're low, they make. Maybe when they're low to the ground, they have that noise. But in the sky, there's not like. Oh, yeah, here's my phone. Sweet. Um, it's like 200 by 100 feet, which is a pretty big triangle, I guess. Neither so and so or so had a clear memory of the thickness or any other description of the vertical profile of the triangle. They opined, I don't think that's opinion, opined that they were initially underneath the triangle and didn't really have a view of its side or vertical profile. I don't really know how thick it is. They were just directly under it. They believe a couple other people saw it. They try and talk to them. Well, I guess they probably didn't. That's the end of this page. Go back to what we got here. The related media. There we go. Yeah, that's that picture we saw. That's pretty sweet. That would have rocked my world. And another thing, yeah. Here's large triangle with red lights, I guess. This image is an artistic interpretation of a report in Colorado Springs in 2023. First-hand description by a person, and I got another file to talk about stuff in it. Let's check out the image first. Look. Oh yeah, that's that one looks more like a block of cheese with some lights on it. A dark block of cheese. Over a parking lot. It doesn't look too far off the ground either. But yeah, let's go back to the related report. I think there's a PDF on it. So I think here is the eyewitness thingy. October 2025, so-and-so was interviewed by Special Agent so-and-so. Did I just read this one? No, this is the Colorado Springs one. Now, you guys are familiar with some of the UFO like cases and was the Chinese spy balloon around the 2023 Colorado? That I remember they had like the spy balloon and then there was three objects that got shot down. I'm wondering if this was one of them. So okay, well we'll see it if it when we get to that one. If I miss it, please let me know. I guess one of these people likes to watch planes. So and so was working in Colorado Springs. We have no idea doing what or where. He walked over to his coworker named Big Black Rectangle, and he began looking up, admiring the stars on a clear night. Yeah, I think there was a Lake Huron. One of them was one of them. They got one in Alaska, and I don't know where the other. Um, so he saw a very bright star in the sky, which initially drew his attention. Saw it for about 5 to 10 seconds when he noticed it to the left of his peripherals. And then he looked and saw a dark gray colored cloud phasing into his sight. The cloud was stationary in the sky, and so stated it looked very strange, as if it was pixelated or distorted in some manner. This is interesting. As he watched the cloud, he saw a consistent diffused red light at the bottom front point of a solid black triangular shaped object coming out of the clouds towards the southeast. So do you guys think that means it came out of the clouds or kind of phased? This is like pixelating, and it appeared strangely. The object behind the point became wider and larger as it exited the cloud. So I guess that means that the triangle was coming at them point shaped first, and the butt end was getting bigger. They estimated it was really big and could have been as large as the parking lot in which they were standing. It was about 3 to 5 stories in thickness. That's a flying grocery store. Yeah, I want to try and find some more. The unit graduate, it did look pretty balloonish. We'll see a bit. We got a lot to go through. See, initially it was moving south slightly to the east at a steady speed comparable to a helicopter. Believed it was at 3 to 5,000 feet, like small aircraft training flight height. But then it instantly accelerated to Mach 1, 2, and then it turned slightly, heading direction south or slightly southwest. That's kind of cool if they're. I think it's cool when the eyewitness sees them go. Like do the. Yeah, right. Yeah, what do you think they like the shot for? Uh, so there appeared to be waves surrounding and radiating from the object. So that might be some, like messing with some gravitational stuff or something, or radiation, or I wonder if it's kind of like how when you're driving on the road and you see the mirages of heat kind of pop up or whatever. I wonder if it was something like that, if it looked more like oil. See, it made a 90-degree turn on its left side with 3 lights still visible while veering toward the right. So I like that or something. Yeah. So he got out of his view, then he called his wife a minute later to tell her, and she sounded robotic on the call. They don't even list the call provider. That's very redacted. See the related media. I think it's just that picture. Yeah. Well, let's just look at that picture one more time. Big thingy. Let's do a thumbnail, that's all. Multiple red light. I think this is probably the one you were talking about. This is an artistic interpretation. That was a fun movie. I gotta watch that again. That was kind of cool because it had like the craft was very like organic. Uh, so this is what did they take this in the West Coast this year? It's 2026. Incident then 2026. Doesn't give them. This is some recent stuff. Let's see what we got here. Whoa, that guy's got a badass view. Dang. And it's these two guys. Here, I guess you see my cursor if I move here. These two guys, they don't look attached, but let's go back and see what our reports on this are. So the interviewee describes 3 accidents potentially involving UAP on the West Coast within a 5-hour period in 2026. Second individual also made another interview that we can read through. Oh, there's so much redactions, but I guess so far they've been redacting names and places and anything we can use to figure out what's what, or like just kind of like triangulate the. Oh yeah, let's make this bigger. So and so was interviewed by this FBI dude, and after being advised by the identities of the interviews, they decided to say, "Hey, let's get some background on the dude. He worked at this big black square and previously worked for this longer black square, which was at this unknown area to support the so and so. So whatever we can make from that. And in a month, they won't even tell us, or day, and something left the who knows at approximately 7:45, and we're headed to the location on central northern part of who knows where. The weather at the time was rainy with significant cloud cover. Rainy and cloud cover, not ideal sky watching. Approximately 30 minutes after passing through the who knows what, probably some town or something. I guess that was around 8:30. Saw 2 unidentified lights in the sky. Pulled over to the side of the road and exited the vehicle to investigate. They described the lights as dash-shaped and dull red in color to the naked eye. The lights moved along the ridgeline of the mountain to the west. Night optical device. They had NOD there. They put on their night visions. And they said they could see the lights through the night vision as well. Despite being dash-shaped to the naked eye, they appeared orb-like and circular through the night visions, with the characteristic nod halo. I don't know what a nod halo is. I don't really play around with looking at people in night visions. but maybe there's some extra glow or something. It's typical when looking at a light source through night thingies. Is very familiar with using night thingies and has been using them for like 25 plus years and has many hours of experience. I think it's definitely some out. So, he has an astigmatism while the dash shaped him. So and so, the other person says they seem triangular or diamond shaped. So his dashes, he's saying maybe they're dashes to me because I have astigmatism. So about 20 minutes later, the lights disappear. So those are probably going slow light. Those are just kind of chilling out, I guess. So we got next. How many people we got here? Oh, we got 4. Cool. One more than I thought. So another unidentified light appeared directly above them for 10 minutes after the other one went away, I think. No, both of them went away, and then 2 more come up, or 1 more. I don't know. They saw other lights. So sometime between 10 and 11, they saw another similar light thingy about 600 meters to the east of their position and about 500 feet above their vehicle. So were they driving or just parked out chilling? The identified light appeared to be moved toward them and stopped approximately 400 meters away. The second one moved toward them and stopped in proximity of the first. The second light appeared to be in proximity. Second light was only 6 feet off the ground. That's pretty low, especially if that's an aircraft. So-and-so watched 2 other lights to the east. Or maybe these are still the 2 same on the. They're talking about 2 lights. He noticed the light in his peripheral vision descend from the altitude and stop in the dry wash. They got in their car, drove up to the intersection to get a better view. When they looked, it was no longer there. So they went back to where they were originally at, but they couldn't see it again. So they walked a little bit away from the car to look around. They played around with the night visions. I saw watch said 1 o'clock roughly. They're even trying to tell him what type of watch he had. I don't know why that's needed for the UFO description, but more details the merrier. Or maybe we could find out who this guy is based on having a Men's automatic analog watch. I walked back to his vehicle to check his phone, which then displayed 12:40. He noted the discrepancy, compared the time displayed on his watch to the time displayed on his phone, and observed that the time on his watch was 25 minutes ahead of the time on his phone and the vehicle's clock. Relayed the discrepancy to whose digital watch displayed the same time as the phone. So I guess this guy just had his watch set wrong? Or did he get like 20 minutes of missing time in reverse? 20, that's an interesting number. 20 and going back in time. So-and-so stated that he had owned that watch for approximately 5 years and had never been off by more than a minute. Oh, so this is a watch guy. He checks his watch accuracy often, I guess. This is the only non-digital clock in the vicinity at that time. It was the only clock that displayed a different time. So the only thing that wasn't hooked up to electronic. Good point. But there's these kind of little time discrepancies are kind of interesting though. If the only non-electronic, the only mechanical watch had some time fluctuations or something, or all the other ones had time fluctuations and it was still good, mate. But I don't know why the phone would show a different time, and they would all of them would still say the same time as the phone. The phone's like hooked up to satellites. It's not its own ticking thing. So he told the agents that he had spent a considerable amount of time at the facility looking at the sky and was familiar with how stars and all the things in the sky look to both naked eye and night visions. Nothing like he saw before. He said satellites track linear across the sky where these did not. Uh, so they moved around and changed direction. That's pretty cool. It also appeared as low as 6 feet off the ground. Satellites aren't 6 feet off the ground. The low elevation lights described by so-and-so would have been backdropped by the mountains and below the relative horizon line. He observed was not a UAS that he was familiar with. So aerospace thing, or no exhaust or tail when the objects move, no sound, nothing came up through thermal. So they had all the toys with them. So that's what kind of make this eyewitness report really cool, in my opinion. And I think that was good to include in this drop, that they have different totally, that would be awesome. Let's see. What's this? Whoa, is this through the night visions? So this is probably that nod glow, or the night vision, that night vision glow that they were saying. That's just my guess, but here's the light. That's cool. I like how they is this the other guys, or is this one we just read? Let's just check this out. I think, yeah, this is the one we just read. Close that off. We just look at we did airborne triangle, we did dark translucent triangle, we did triangle with light. Did we do triangle with red? Yeah, the Colorado Springs. We did that one. Rendering 2. Oh yeah, we got that guy. Okay, so here's a cool picture. If we zoom in here, and see that red little glowy thing has 3 other little glowy things in there. Kitty, hello. I really like this layout. It's kind of fun. Is it? Is that, or do you guys like the theater one? I gotta like kind of like resize the images because the aspect ratios are different for most web stuff from most movies. Digital rendering 1. I think we just looked at that. Rendering 2. Oh, sweet. So here's that same spot, I think, Western 2026. No, this looks like an actual image. Maybe it is rendered. It probably is rendered. Let's see it. Yeah, it is a rendering. But it's a cool render. That's almost like a falling. Oh yeah, here, let me make it bigger. Like, you got this like falling star thingy. whatever it is. Let's see what the report says. Multiple red light report. We'll go back to the PCAT. So they interviewed this dude over the phone after being advised who the people were. Still said that he arrived at so and so to support so and so. Left something at left some military base, I'm guessing. He arrived at to support some other. The intention of driving north for the area for reconnaissance. Reconnaissance. Oh yeah, they're definitely letting us know that this guy's like military or something. He's intelligence. Well, I guess they were armed with all the night vision and thermals and stuff too. So yeah. So it was raining a lot. We waited for the rain to go down, which it did. Then he unlocked the gate and to drive north. He gone about 25 miles. He noticed a red light at the top of the crest of the mountain to his west. He pulled over to investigate. Initially thought the light was something on the mountain, but then it began to move. And because the mountain's about 5,000 feet and the cloud cover was about 7,000 feet, I believe the light was traveling somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 feet. 15 minutes later, this light and multiple more of them, well, like 6 to 10 of them, appeared directly over their position. These lights, along with the first observed light, appeared to sync up and travel to the east-southwest. During this time, one of the lights descended rapidly, estimated 1,000 feet, then disappeared, while the others continued east-southwest and disappeared as well. Do you think one of them was at his drop-off point? Yo, what up, Herbo? Oh, yeah, it's perfect time then. For convector. Some donkey butt. Well, yeah, we're just going through some UFO reports and photos and stuff. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so I saw one light, and then other lights come up, and then they all start going together, and then one of them drops down, and the others buzz off. They're red at first glance, but then through the night vision, ooh, sweet. Well, on closer observation, while they were doing some squinting action, the lights appeared to each be 3 separate lights in a triangular or diamond-shaped pattern. The cluster of lights moved in tandem and never separated. So I think those would be like attached then, or yeah, so they are attached. They thought, and it was really cloudy. What's kind of neat is because that other report from a different spot said that it like manifested out of the clouds, kind of. Oh yeah, I should put the glasses on. He's came from the Skywatch in Hawaii. Pretty sweet. It's kind of hard to see the screen though. They got into their car. Oh wait, hold on. He was like 200-300 feet away from them. They watched the light move rapidly in his peripherals. Described it as kind of like a sparkler, a flashlight looks. Someone moves. Okay, so it had some light blur. Oh, sweet. Rock on. So he saw this thing just make a little light trail thingy when like you writing your name with a sparkler, and then eventually faded. Wonder if it faded like right away. It probably, I guess it said it was like the sparkler, so it probably just went really far and the light took that. He got into their vehicle and tried to drive east. Couldn't catch up to it. They went back to the original spot. This is the same report paragraph as those other guys. Oh, this guy was also wearing this guy was wearing a digital watch this time. So yeah, he said, what time did the guy have after they saw that? His was 20 minutes faster than the other dude's, which displayed the same time. It's digital. Oh. See, all the digital ones were all the same, and the non-digital ones were different. What the heck does that mean? Do you think it's going to mean it changed the digitals, or it changed the analog, or you think he just is way off of time? The last report said he is like a clock guy, so he like always like checks the accuracy of his clock. It's got to be super annoying. Rendering. I think we just saw this one. Yeah. Ooh, we're going to Puerto Rico now. Some CIA stuff. Involving aircraft around Puerto Rico. See, they analyzed it for technological threats. So yeah, they checked to make sure it was dangerous as heck and not some spy thingy, I guess, is what this memo is saying. But let's dive into it. Oh, cool. We got some forms, some paperwork, stuff I had not make any sense. Security classification of attached material. This recovered materials? Instructions should be drawn across. I don't need directions. I'm not showing anything out. Handled via indicated by man. Oh man, can you imagine reading a classified document and you open it up, it says by man, for eyes only, like not for your eyes only this one time. Like access to this document is restricted to whoever the ox cart project is. So that could be something cool to look into. Ox cart. Do we get a date on these? Don't fill out a lot. Oh, hold on. It says 2026. Oh, approved for release. The one wasn't written though. Oh, cool. You know it's official if it's got top secret on it. And some disclaimer that if we, oh, something pertaining to the byman control system, what does that mean? If you leak this document, you go byman? Oh, this is hard to read. So detailed analysis of the radar, something relative to the incident on November 19th. A jet was able to distinguish the object as being triangular shaped, about the size of a jet fighter, reported to have much higher performance, and estimated the object to be in excess of Mach 3. Here's this top secret ox cart handled by the byman control system. I feel like I should write these down. I'll be right back. Your pen. We'll write it down in a moment. Oh yeah, you guys like how I put my face on the coffee mugs? Uh, let's see, radar stuff. The GAT, they got a GAT. It's undergoing an evaluation test program, evaluating the GAT to see if they should use recording cameras on the GAT. That's pretty funny. It was November, but I didn't check the date, the year. Oh, they're trying to see if it was any Russian MiG. Either so they're trying to figure out if it's Soviet or Cuban pilot and stuff. Oh, what up, Lou? We're just going through some paperwork and stuff. See this top secret? Because you can cross out the part that says top secret, I think it's declassified now. That's all you got to do. Handled by the Byman thing in Oxcart. What the heck is? So here's the report part. OSI and OSA, we believe, received similar information regarding a UFO in the vicinity of Puerto Rico during. Oh, this is in '64. Okay. As you can see by the cable origin by the commander of the Caribbean, this Atlantic dude, date and time of one. What the heck is that? Cincinnati fleet. It definitely doesn't say that, but it looks like it to me. Cincinnati fleet. If someone wants to type it in the chat, we could have the text to speech read it out. He was informed that UFO identified by Co-Rami as being YF-12A. We think that only finally convinced through our efforts that the UFO fact was not in fact a Lockheed. So here's another thing to write down. We got to figure out what the heck this aircraft designation is. Because I'm kind of liking how it's just reading out the comments for me. You guys just kind of have some fun with that. So the neighbor or the Navy, not our neighbor, our neighbors in the Navy provided a request with radar traffic or something. Or no, I guess this for the traffic of the film. Yeah, it's just easy right now to have to open it. I should put that extension out. Do we want to hear like the full like AI like reading a document though, or do you guys like to hear me stumble over it and kind of give my own little shorthand of it? See, oh, you said Puerto Rico. Briefing notes from Mr. Walter Elder. So they were going to tell him what something was in Puerto Rico. It's a memo on the same thing for the Puerto Rico thing, I think. So let's see what they told Mr. Gat. Let's see. Can you guys hear that? I'm just wondering if my assistant is only playing locally to me or if it's playing through the stream. Click hard to select text now. I just had it. What the heck? Yeah, so it's not even just gonna put some extensions in. So things slowed down, made a steady position to the fighter at 9 o'clock. Yes, I have. But I thought it was like almost like two different movies. Like the first half and second half felt totally different. First half, wait, hold on. I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but I was gonna try. But yeah, I like the second half of it and the way it set up some of the other stuff. I thought was kind of neat. Did seem a little bit predictable. Like once you like saw like, oh yeah, here, this is definitely what's gonna happen. Oh, yep. Because of that, this is gonna, I kind of figure that out. But it's kind of cool how it unfolds, especially in the second half of the film. And it is ridiculous how much they made on opening weekend. I mean, like they cleared like $1 billion or something. So let's see what this. So these are being viewed by airplanes. They're talking about a fighter pilot at 9 o'clock and about 9 miles from the Crusader. I'm thinking the Crusader's probably there. Well, the Crusader pilot selected afterburner and attempted to close on the UFO. This is exciting. We got a fighter pilot trying to catch up with UFOs. So about 5 miles, the object accelerated at an extremely high speed in a 20-degree climb and pulled away from the fighter rapidly. The object appeared on Mr. Gat's radar for 21 minutes. Returning to the Roosevelt Roads Naval Air Station, object again closed on the fighter from astern to 4 miles, or the eastern. That's kind of cool. They're saying that they're seeing them in their airplanes. They're kind of just chilling, and then once they fly their airplanes close to them, they just. No Way Home was a good one. I thought Sadie did pretty good in it. Um, so they saw it in full moonlight. Weather was cool. They identified it as delta shaped, about the size of a fighter jet. Um, they confirmed the radar tracks with motion pictures of radar scope presentation. Nothing much else has been. Let me close all these tabs. That's Walter Elder. Diplomatic cable. Let's see what's going on in Brazil. 1963. Get this seated up. There we go. Verify the department had certain content published. This is a conversation over a poor grade telephone connection. To ensure both officers were referencing the same report, the cable cites descriptive language. All right, so they pulled stuff from the press called a large metal man balloon and a dead crewman aboard. Oh, I know. I watched those. Yeah, yeah. I was like, what? I just watched you guys. Um, so yeah, I guess they used stuff from the press like dead crewman and metal balloon thingy. Oh, we got this on some yellow paper. Let's see. On class action, Salvador 94. So it was in what, 63 or whatever? Yeah, November 63. Yeah, you got to see the yellow paper. Sorry, I forgot to switch it. Let's see. Since the radio telephone connection last night was weak, please confirm or correct my understanding of your unqualified negative local newspaper report to effective that large metal man balloon had been found in the vicinity of Salvador, approximately November 8th. Dead crewman aboard wearing uniform or spacesuit with strange markings that 4-meter deep crater formed upon impact. I don't know why I should use a Brazil accent. I was trying to do Houston. Houston, we got a problem. Page 2, that's not Russia. Russia. Uh, they understand that the object had been sighted in the vicinity around that date. Said the object has been identified as a weather type balloon, but no one else said that on the ground. So I think there just is a incoming telegram of telling each other what the newspaper said. I think that's kind of dumb. What else do we got in this? Inquiry into it. Handwritten notes. Large metal sphere containing deceased occupant. 60. Is this the Virginia? Rio de Janeiro and Portuguese. Let's see. Reports from the Ministry of something in Bolivia say that a large metal sphere fell in the center of the city, gouging a hole 4 meters deep. The mysterious sphere has a window-shaped openings covering with thick glass. Inside is a human body dressed in heavy clothing, bearing inscriptions which cannot be deciphered. The population of the Kandy is intrigued. Oh, so wherever it landed, all the people there are like, what the hell? And authorities are like, what? That is interesting. A big metal thing put a 4 meter hole in the ground and it had a thing inside it. Biologics was, I guess that's a safe term to use. Biologics. Did I just read this one? Okay, thank you. I was trying to think of the date. I think we just read this yellow document thingy. Okay, so no, this might be a different one. Oh, connection was weak. Oh yeah. Here, the no local newspaper report said that there was so this is after the news report, and it's saying what the news report did, and it sounds like the. Okay, yeah. I thought it was more recent than the 60s, but I know it was a little bits ago. Thank you for that. Um, um, so it's determined it was a strange object when I'm summarizing from the summary. But now let's look at the official yellow paper. It says unclassified. It was already unclassified? Well, why didn't they give us this before? They're from Brazil in 63. Negative report on UFO. So they're saying it didn't happen? Negative report? What the heck does they mean negative report? Negative report reportedly cited. Make up your mind. Is it reportedly or negative report? I don't know. maybe I'm just getting that all weird. Information copies were sent to Air Force and NASA. Someone's had a telegram later. Okay, let's see. Story of strange object descending in the region of Conde Bahia. Apparently fabricated in Rio. No such object is seen by anyone in the area, according to the newspaper reporters and others who rushed there before investigation reports were received by Secretary Public. Speculated that it might be a weather balloon, but no such sightings verified. In addition, he forwarded the. This isn't as fun. He's just saying it's a weather balloon? Oh, so he put this out, and then 5 minutes later, he got that other reply, I guess. We read that. We just read that. Next page, we're a quarter of the way through. See, more diplomatic. I think, yeah, we just read that one too. Ghost Rocket. These things got some pretty cool names. Ooh, that's got a cool cover. Dave, when is this instant date? 47. Whoa, we're in 47. 47. Review assessing incidents involving ghost rockets reported over Sweden and other Scandinavian countries beginning in May 46. An analysis and observations. This could be cool because this is around like Roswell times. It's like just that a little bit after, I think. What did it say? Oh, this is just a little bit before. We're working our way up to some Roswell, it seems like. View. So originally they were saying it belongs to Soviet missile test, and then they were like, nah, maybe not, maybe we don't know. The report's final assessment includes while most reported incidents were likely misidentified natural phenomena, the best evidence suggests a small number of real incidents involving low-flying V-1 type missiles, likely attributed to Soviet tests of captured German technology. So this could be, they re-engineered the V1 and they sent the V2 over here to make our NASA's or something. But look at this, no longer secret. We put a line through it. Secret's out. Copy 597. It almost looks hand drawn. Like, doesn't that look hand drawn? Like someone's putting some work into the cover art. Ghost rockets over Scandinavia. This could be cool. We got 8 pages. Oh, sweet. Oh, you know what I could do even? Wait, let me know if you guys hear this. I don't think any. Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's playing from. I had to put that extension in. It's playing through my ears, but not into OBS. So, oh yeah, I didn't read it. I just told the AI to do it. or no, I don't think it's just the text to speech. Flying missiles were first reported over southern Sweden in May of 46 by the press, which gave the missiles the name of ghost rockets, which is definitely sounds like the title of a sports team. It, that's a good point. Good question. So far it's just like UFO stuff, but there are a lot of other cool things. Um, yeah, they're not really set in stone yet. I was kind of thinking doing watch parties of really old movies that are in public domain. It's kind of just having fun. Um, Descriptions of the missiles. The two most common descriptions of the missiles were a ball of fire with a tail and a shiny cigar-shaped object. That could be pretty missile-y. The reported direction of flight covered all points of the compass. All what? So these missiles are doing circles around them? With the northerly direction being slightly more prominent. Variations in altitude range from treetop height to 16,000 feet. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I haven't really put anything else on stone, but I think that could be fun in my own movies. But I don't want to like spoil stuff. Like, um, so yeah, it went from the trees to yeah. I don't think missiles go all over the place and stuff like that. So that's definitely some ghost missile or some wild untested rocket. 65 miles an hour to lightning speed. That's the official lightning fast. Majority described as having great or very great speed. The missiles generally have been described in horizontal flight. Some dive down into the ground or lakes or explode in the. They blow up. They've never found any fragments other than bits of material described as non-metallic slag. That's weird for a non-metallic to be a shiny silver cylinder. Some August 14th at 1,000 hours or whatever is flying 650 feet over Sweden. So a dark cigar-shaped object about 50 feet long and 3 feet in diameter, flying 200 feet above and approximately 65,000 feet away from him at an estimated speed of 400 miles an hour. So that's not doing the super duper fast speeds that those other ones were, but no wings, rudder, or other thing projecting part. No flame or light. But wasn't a streak of fire. Uh, it says it was constant altitude over the ground and was following the large features of the terrain. I don't really know how missiles. I don't know if missiles. Is that what it means? Like if there's a mountain that climbed up and then it went back. So what it? I don't know if you guys think it's that what it means. In the Scandinavian press, besides the communists, uh, besides the communist side, they initially reported that the incidents in some detail could be possibly Soviet people firing and playing around with stuff. So at the end of July, there was about 1,000 reports had been received. This is like our drone flap. They had the ghost missile flaps. Can you imagine if our like New Jersey drones like flew like crashed into lakes in the ground and like blew up in the sky and stuff? That would be so much scarier. Um, they definitely believed they were rockets, so they weren't thinking UFOs for a while. But then I guess they were like flying all weird. Attributes is the contradictory attitude of Swedish officialdom. Officialdom is a pretty cool word. Officialdom would tend to indicate that it's doing very little to arrive at a definite conclusion, perhaps for political purpose. So they're being diplomatic, just saying we don't know what stuff is. I think I'm the prime. I think I'm older. Um, so I guess all the staff were trying to keep it hush because they didn't want to get repercussions of. So they said that the Soviets were working on various guided missiles, and they have the ability to produce and probably test missiles of the V1 type, but without warhead. Oh, so they said they're testing V1 missiles without warheads and slightly improved motors. They could have a range of 500 miles, and the only available German missiles will be capable of horizontal flight at low altitudes. There's some evidence that such work has been carried out at Slop, stole it. I don't know. And or the Baltic islands of Oswelo, or I'm not going to say that one. 3 of the people reported sightings to mention noise of an outboard motor, a characteristic of the impulse duct used on the V1 by the Germans. And one of them has stated what he saw looked like a V1, but others have reported little or no sound, a condition which may indicate the use of a turbojet instead of a pulse jet. I think all jet makes sounds. I don't know about that. The best evidence of the presence is there's only been 2 or 3 real goofy ones, maybe up to 10. The ones high up were probably meteors or fireworks. But I think it's possibly some missiles that are flying around and something else is flying around. If it's like a conflict zone or something. Let's see if they got some related documents. Nothing. That one Brazil one was interesting where they talked about bodies. I've been seeing some news and stuff about images like coming out or some report about tracking like transients like around the moon and stuff, and they all seem to go to one spot, indicating a potential base. That's some new kind of report might want to be interested in breaking down. Well, here's some Cold War stuff, I guess. This looks like a big report. This is relating to Project Sign. So if you guys are familiar with Project Sign, in 48 was a program to investigate reports of high-performance airborne objects. The document characterizes some of these reports as being consistent with real objects rather than fabrications or resulting from perceptual errors. Why isn't that popping? There we go. So it goes faster than known aircrafts and stuff. Let's close that. There we go. The Air Force said that there was an imperative need for such evidence to enable appropriate countermeasures. Let's go through this page. Flying incidents in the United States, 1948, Project Science stuff. Required to can you guys hear the text the chat speaking it out? In conclusion, appears inescapable that some of the flying objects that have been observed, the origins of the objects is not discernible to this headquarters. It is imperative, therefore, that efforts to determine these objects are of domestic or foreign origin must be increased until conclusive evidence is obtained. They're saying we need to know more, and we need to make sure it's not our ops. For our ops, then we're in trouble. If it's ours, we're not in as much trouble, but we'd like to know. To date, there's been too little data to present to the public. The press, however, is about to take it into its own hands and demand to be told what we do or do not know about the situation. That is true. We will say what we know and don't know. Oh, Sokola was just laughing out to what Wu was saying up higher up in the chat, I think, about Rapper Haven. Oh, this is 241 pages. Damn. I'll be here all day. This is all a Project Sign. I'm gonna skim this. Yeah, it's kind of says we need to figure shit out. This one's all faded. This is a copy of the same page. Now this page is really faded. Some read it. Well, this is the same thing it said up here. So the conclusion is incapable of. Yeah, this is that same summary. Oh no. Actually, it is fun to put videos of like squirrels on, and he'll be staring at it. Yeah. So that one I was trying to say it's undiscernible. Project Sign. Some of them have been observed that they can't figure out the origin of these. We don't know what it is. We need to figure out if it's domestic or foreign really badly. This is super faded. I'm hoping that's the same thing we just read. I have no clue how to interpret that. So many of these pages are faded. Like you can kind of see some of the writings. How is that part faded, but the actual borders of the pages aren't? Maybe they used a shitty ink. So they're studying approximately 180 incidences in this. Generally, the objects are flat discs of circular or approximately circular shape. There's also torpedoes or cigar-shaped aircraft with no wings or fins visible in flight. And I guess now we're calling them pickaxe. And we got spherical or balloon-shaped objects. Those are orby things. And oh no, I guess those are spheres. And then balls of light with no apparent form attached to their orbs. Some objects cited have definitely been identified upon further investigation as weather, upper air scientific balloons of some type. A great many of the round or balloon-shaped objects indicated in paragraph 2C are probably of the same nature. Although in most cases, finding it out for sure is impossible. Yeah, I have a bunch of the FOIA documents and all of we all have the footage from the Tic Tac, but that could be a fun one to go through with all the corroborating stuff. Another one I have a lot on is the Lonnie Zamora case. I have a whole lot on that, which could be fun to break down the timeline. Um, yeah, that could just be fun to just go through, just because there's a lot there and the yep. Saying some of it you could explain, some of it you can't. Scientists, including some Lanagumir guy of General Electric, been asked to determine whether they could advance anything from it. He said that they could be explained, but we don't have enough information to explain them. So yeah, he's saying we do. I don't. That's a smart guy way of saying well, I don't know. Plan to have another interview. Balls of light. What? Oh, he wants to talk about orbs next. All the information has been made available to that whatever headquarters I'm reading this from. Uh, Investigation indicates that a disc or wingless craft could support themselves in flight by aerodynamic means. It is probable that the problems of stability or control could also be solved for such an aircraft. However, according to aerodynamic theory in this country, aircraft with such a configuration would have relatively poor climb, altitude, and range characteristics with power plants now in use. Yeah, it says we could get something circular to fly, but it's not going to fly right. That's what my takeaway about it. We got a lot of this to go through. I can't read that one. They're all fuzzy. So they agreed that the Air Traffic Association would be contacted in an effort to enlist the cooperation of the United States airline in reporting sightings of unusual aerial phenomena to your command. So I think they're trying to establish protocols for pilots to report stuff so it gets funneled into the right gatekeepers. Um, Flying disc stuff, checklist. They're saying we need a checklist. I don't know. We think some of them are weather balloons. Yeah, imagine how much paper they use. This is one person's copy. Like one of them says like 570. All right, so they're saying, yeah, the military guys are saying, if this is military, I don't know about it. So I think a lot of this Project Sign stuff has been out, but I don't know if in this format. Where security regulations will permit, it is requested that your office submit to headquarters, Air Material Command, Wright-Patterson. Oh yeah, I am in the mug. I thought that'd be fun. Uh, I'm having a lot of fun just doing the layouts. I think that's my favorite part so far. Yeah, saying something they need people at Wright-Patterson to chime in, or they got some guy from Wright-Patterson to chime in, or they mentioned Wright-Patterson. There's more flashcards about flying discs. Project Sign flashcard. Project Sign flashcard. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, you guys can see the theater. Here's the theater. Yeah, got a little Muppet hands. we go. But I'm gonna go back to this one. I'm gonna skim through this really fast. Wait, I have a question. Can you guys hear the text to speech? Can you guys hear all your comments being read by the computer? Wait, could you hear that thing being read? Okay, I'll play it again. Oh, it's not playing. It's only doing that for me? How can I? Dang. All right. Well, I'll be able to get that going in another event. So I can play that through. Yeah, I'll figure that one out. That's going to be fun to get the text to speech going. Yeah, I just checked the audio things and it's not mixing it in, but I can get it going. I know what to do. Can't do it right now, but I will need to buy a wire. What, yeah, Gabber, how are you getting all that your chats read out like in played through OBS? Oh yeah. Oh, there's Mr. Kitty. Yeah, yeah, yelling at the screen. Yeah. I'm just gonna go mute for a second. Okay, here's like so on July 4th, me and my wife were here's sitting on our bench in our lawn watching the stars. We thought I saw a star moving. Then there was a light in the sky, the same color and the size of a star, and it was moving. We decided it was a plane, but it made no noise. We soon changed our mind because this thing moved across the sky and stopped for about 8 seconds, changed its direction a bit, went straight for a little bit, stopped for about 5 seconds, changed its spot, went forward a little bit, stopped again, moved a different spot. This is, yeah, that's something goofy. That's kind of a cool. No, I mean for your chat, because I know you have your chat, you have your live chats read out. Oh, so do you just highlight the from your chat and do red? Okay. Yeah, because I have a thing to read it in my extension that I put in to get the chats up. I don't want to have the whole chat like in here because then people could see like um if they block someone if they're talking to them or something like that, or if you guys want to talk shit on shit, then I can just like not post the chat. Yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah, okay, I'll look. Can you switch it off too though? Do you have a little thing to toggle it? Some more flying discs. Um, and I need more info on the disc. A lot of pages here. Right, right. That's kind of how I have it, but it's only going in my ear right now. Am I not? Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll definitely look in. Yeah, I'll definitely. Thank you. So this is something in Ohio in 48. Some guy from New York. Well, he's in Ohio. Phosphorant flying disc at great amount of speed. I like that metric, great amount of speed. Right, right, right. Let's flip through all that stuff. Oh, there we go. It's this. Someone talked to someone on the phone and made a drawing called something Leading Flying Disc. Forwarded it to the headquarters because the patent rights involved must be kept of all persons reviewing the drawing. Oh, so they writing on a list of everyone who looks at the weird patent? I don't know. Maybe I'm just jumping the stuff. This is all supposed to be Project Science stuff, so we could just look into Project Science later. That's fine. Uh, so some yellow spear about 25 to 40 feet flew around at a constant thingy. Okay, problem. To reply direct to Miss Ethel Evans of Wildwood, who wrote the thingy concerning flying disc. She's an old friend. Been writing to just about everybody in the government concerning the strange lights she's been seeing over Jersey. What happened after that, I guess? Our correspondence with AMG finally reached such a crescendo that an officer was sent down to interview her. It was decided to pursue the matter no further. To play it safe, however, the officer made arrangements with Coast Guard in coordination with his directorate to report any unusual error. So some lady sent a whole lot of letters, and we got to the point some general had to be like, I gotta take a meeting with her. And then he was like, we don't need to do anything but keep the Coast Guard looking out. I'm guessing she lived by the store or something. Flying discs. Do we get discs anymore? It's all these spheres and stuff for the most part now. I want to see the avocado or the pumpkin seed. Ooh, let's the scientific ID advises that UCOM has made contact with this office and asked for more stuff. We believe that the initiation of a clipping service on the subject of flying discs. So they want someone to clip all the UFO reports from newspapers, periodicals, foreign newspapers, and foreign magazines. That would be like all blogs and podcasts and everything now. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, been invited to attach proposal from the research division of Plain Facts magazine. Furnish this headquarters with the clipping service as explained in the attached report. So yeah, they're just saying to all the press and investigators, give us what you got. Well, what's that? Is it ink? Don't spill some ink. Oh no, those are tears. Someone chewed this document up. What year was this? I think it was 48. Well, yeah, 48 is when uh Project Sign was going on. So this is all roughly around then. I don't know how long it went for offhand. Yeah, this is just a whole bunch of. We saw this thing. It moved the little thing. Or this is all from their clippings. They say incel. Oh no, included. All right, so we're just gonna read this super, super fast. Oh yeah, take that in. Slow down the video and read it if you need to, or you could just go to UFO or war.gov/UFO. A lot of stuff. Oh, there's got a message. Oh, Clint just went on. I should wrap this up soon. Oh, he's probably doing the same thing I'm doing. I like his channel. Yeah, there's just a lot of. That was a cool looking stamp. Yep, that looks like some official looking thingy right there. No longer restricted. It's crossed out. I love how they do that. Memo. Let's tell us about the discs. Tell us about the discs. I'm gonna go off of this one. There's like 100 more pages of that. IIRs are not finished intelligence with products. They're serve as inputs for sequential all-source intelligence assessment. This is saying they're unfinished reports that. Oh, hold on. This has a video attached. We're doing the video first. We got a few videos. Can we look at this video? This is the thingy. I don't. Maybe this is the thingy with the halo we were talking about, or is that like a spot on their screen? This is a Gulf of Omen in 2021. This is 2 seconds. That's not gonna be much. Am I looking at these little circles and triangles, or is that part of their gun thing? I don't think that's a duck hunt. Oh, actually, hold on. Can I zoom in on that? This, if you zoom in on your screen, it looks like it's got like a little starburst. But I can't zoom in this one right here right now. Let's see what video 3 is. 14 seconds, cooler. But it's still some of this weird. See, oh, the dots just scattered. Do you think they were circles and triangles to the eye, or do you think that's just how the radar is picking it up? So like, there was some neat eyewitness reports. One of them was talking about like a crash in Brazil where the silver object fell 4 meters into the ground and they pulled bodies out of it. That could use some more digging into. It's gonna be the same thing. 26 seconds. Oh, this is dots a little bit more. Yeah. So I don't think it is these circle thingies that I'm looking at. I think it's just that little dot. Oh yeah. Here it is again. It's like a little football thingy. it's moving too goofy. It's going. I don't know how they're tracking it. It's definitely. They said it was a cell phone recording a different screen. So we don't know how the movement necessarily is relative to the object, like the camera's movement relative to the object. This thing's flying all around. Maybe this is like one of those ghost rockets. I'm just lost it. Oh, is it it's over water? That's it for that. Let's flip through this document and see what cold orbs. See what the heck cold orbs are. No, that was the one. Intelligence Information Report. That's what that IRR thing meant from before. Multiple things. Film from an AC gun. So this is all about what I think those weird little dot thingies are. See, there are two approximately 4-foot diameter cold orbs between 10 to 20 feet, or no, 0 to 20 feet above the surface of the water. So they're, oh yeah, they're Gulf of Oman. I don't know where Oman is. Yeah, they hovered over the water for a while, and one of the pilots fired upon it. This is interesting. So we're getting reports about, yeah, they fired upon it, and then the second they pulled the trigger, during the slight delay between the trigger pull and the cannon's recoil, they observed a pair of other UFOs rapidly fly away from the flare and out of the sensor feed without changing altitude. So they just zipped off to the side, I guess. Like, I don't know how that. They saw 25 instances of these UAPs viewed in their infrared as cold orbs in both white is hot, black is hot mode during the sortie. So they're toggling between the hot and cold, and it was always saying cold. That's okay. But coordinated in formation, increasing and decreasing altitude like a wave while maneuvering around over and over under each other in a similar manner to how dolphins playfully swim in a pod. That is cool. They were also observed separately flying in formation of 3 and separately observed flying erratically and maneuvering aggressively. That's pretty cool. What is all this? Is all the people that were read in? Record free. Oh yeah, yeah. So I think everyone who viewed that report had to write their name in the book or something. So these are all the people who read that. So I guess yeah, everyone who's read in. Oh, at the time, I guess. Now we're all read in. Okay, cool. See, this report's pretty cool on that. I kind of like summarized a few of those other ones. Go back to here. What else we got? Did Gulf of Oman. We just did Gulf of Oman thing. The video we just watched. Of that incident. That Gulf of Oman, Gulf of Oman, Gulf of Oman. We watched all those. Pacific Ocean. Let's see. Artifacts inherent to filming of screens. Yeah, so this is saying that they filmed, took their cell phone out, and they filmed a more classified screen. Oh, they got it on lock. They got locked on it. It's over water. I almost think they have a top-down view of it. Or no, that might be the horizon that just was weird. Like, zzz, zzz, zzz. I think it's just staying still. I don't think like they're tracking it. They have a lock on it, but I don't think they're tracking it. And I think this might be over water also. That, or it's just got all that high grain or something. Yeah. More of the Pacific Ocean. This could be cool. So they're getting slightly less grainy. This is almost comparable to like. All right. So yeah, what do you guys think that this is the ground, and this is only like a few feet off the ground, or water, or something? It looks like it's low. We just lost it. We just dive. That's that for that. I think we got a couple more videos from the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, up here now. Yeah, we got two more Pacific Ocean ones like that. I wonder if these were all taken in one continuous take, or if this was like different times out in that day or something, or my mouse. There it is. The last Pacific Ocean one. Maybe it does something cool. Oh, this one's at stars. Oh, it's red thingy. That kind of looks like plain. It's not blinking though, so I don't know. No, that's not blinking. Well, oh, there's two sets of two eyes. Or some, or they're not eyes, but like look at it. You're looking at glowing eyes in a bush at night. 2.5 minutes of this one. Its longer clips are kind of interesting, but they're kind of doing the same thing. These guys look like they're flying in sync for the most part. I wish the video was a little bit more zoomed out so we could see their patterns in relative to. Look how zoomed. Look what the heck is in the. Look at this background. What the heck? What the heck is happening with that image sensor? Now this is getting wacky. No wonder they're giving us all this weird stuff now. You gotta sift through all the chromey stuff, and but I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, do you think this is USOs? You think this were coming out of the water? And that's why it looks a little different. Crazy how the other skies come up. Oh, they're going up higher now. I think they're buzzing off. At least it looks like they're going higher. It's hard to tell what the camera's doing. Uh, It's hard to even tell what you're looking at if you didn't know you're looking at what it's supposed to be. Two sets of weird dots. Yeah, that's that one. I got one more Pacific Ocean one. The camera pans to track an apparent light source, no content, and it pans again. So we got 40. What? It's that same weird thingy. Yeah, that's weird red thingy. Before we were dealing with strange white dot and flying freckles. That's his cousin. The flying chicken pox. Yeah, like what the heck is this? I see a red thingy, but if they didn't say a specific, like, what the heck is like? Come on. I was gonna try and be like super optimistic, but this one's that 2 second one. That's kind of. Oh, whoa! Did that dive? Is it diving? It's hard to tell without a reference in the background what the camera's doing. It looks like the camera's tilting up to try and see it. I think it might be water too. It said Pacific Ocean, and these kind of look like the descriptions that people have of like USO stuff. I don't know what color they are. I think they're either like blue or maybe they're red. That's the other political party of USO. That's like flashing. What the heck is that? Is that just the way the waves are coming up on them? There's not very much data I can pull from this clip that's useful besides, whoa. Just be like, whoa. Actually, I should probably take this video and make that like the background for like the outside. Like just make that like totally full screen. You know, like here, where my face is and stuff, where the outside of it can be this pattern, but like the square can be whatever I'm screen sharing. It's random thoughts. I don't know. This is dumb. See, Middle East stuff, 2025. Oh, cool. We could make out detail of the background. That is, what, did I just? Oh, hold on. Yep, sorry. I was in the wrong room. How can we support my channel? Like share it. Sharing it will probably be the best right now. Wait, this one looks like it's being simple, like just see pixelated background. I do have Cash App. I'll put it in. Is that send my message? I gotta type it in this one. But I call it Hash App. Wait, I'd rather like have me do some video work for your friends. Do you guys see what we're looking at right now? I'm busy typing. I see like this little white dot thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got flying white freckle again. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch this over again now that I know I'm looking for white flying white freckle. That's a little bit bigger than a freckle though. It looks like the size of like a small like a car or something. Uh, yeah, he does. That I was gonna try and do that for the theater room. I'm gonna see if I can get Mr. Kitty in here somehow. Let's watch this one more time now that you know. Is it smack dab center? Yeah. Now what the heck did it go? Is that it? I lost it. Well, those things. Who knows what that is? Like windmills or something? It's Middle East, so maybe it's something both scarier or totally normal. Probably something totally normal. Is Herb still in the chat? That's all about the convector. Well, okay. So size-wise, yeah, look at all this redacted information that they got up on the top. These are all like coordinates and like speed and like altitude and all that national security info number. Oh, yeah, this is cool. I mean, kinda. Whoa. That did not seem like it was doing straight line. It was like kind of doing like some S's or something. That might be one of my favorite ones of the batch stuff. Oh, we got more of this incident. Did we just follow it out of the town? Oh yeah, so I guess they're doing their hot. I wonder if this is a hot orb or cold orb. That was a cool term to kind of come to fruition now is cold orb. Oh, they're trying to pull the tracking. You see that purple square thing? That's got to be doing. Yeah, triangle crafts were pretty popular in one of the thingies. There's a cool artistic rendering and some the eyewitness reports I think are probably my favorite in here. And I would have to go with these Middle East ones so far. But we got some more to go through. Oh, what is it? Is that they look like a ship? Oh, maybe we could go this on the theater for this one. Wait, does that look like a ship? Where's the UFO at? Oh, there it goes. It streaks across really fast. You guys see that? It goes, follow the mouse. It goes, play that one more time so we could and get that. Let's go even bigger. Come from this side of the screen. There it goes. Bam. That one wasn't too exciting. That could probably be explained by something. We have more okay, we got more Middle East. I like their camera's a little bit better. Okay. So an area of contrast transits the frame from bottom right edge to the lower left. Then it kind of keeps it in the center. This video description is provided for informational purposes only. Readers should not interpret any part of this description as reflecting any analytical judgment, investigative conclusion, or factual determination regarding the described event's validity, nature, or significance. Oh, this is a boat that looks like they're about to blow it up. Oh, and something just zipped off from it. Yeah, that guy checked out their target before they got to it. This one like changes direction. But, oh, I'm all hidden. Go back to the cabin. That was somewhat cool, I guess. Not fully. We're never gonna get the smoking gun all in one of these drops unless they. What they should be doing is doing the drops all related to one case at a time. Like do Roswell, do the Lonnie Zamora, do the Kecksburg, put all in one thing and have all the witness reports, all the video, all the data, put all that in a drop at a time. Focus case by case of the big ones. I guess maybe they're just doing us all these little appetizers right now. NSAC. Oh, we got a lot more here. So the CIA document talking of some Portuguese place, speaking place in Brazil. The crash of a large metal sphere containing a deceased occupant. I think we read this one, but this is too cool. Reports say that a large metal sphere fell into the center of the city, gouging a hole 4 meters deep. The mysterious sphere has a window-shaped openings covered with thick glass. Inside is a human body dressed with heavy clothing bearing inscriptions which cannot be deciphered. The population is very intrigued and the authorities have been informed. Oh, yeah, this one. Sorry, make it bigger. You guys can pause and read it. Well, I don't know. This is kind of hard to read. But when it says human body dressed in, do you think they said human body just because like humanoid body is like kind of Nordic-y or something? Or do you think they meant it was like human, like those P-52, P-50, 47, like future peoples, which is a harder thing to kind of get around. The bio robots, I think, is the most, not makes the most sense. But airborne lights and triangle. This is pretty heavily redacted. So it's about a thing in 2023 and 2024, but he also talks about 2020, 2002. So they put the dude's phone number in the. I mean, they took it out, but all the people that briefed on it. That's a lot of redaction. See, he provided the following information. Yeah, what a setup for the whole missing paragraph there. I guess we have seen more redacted stuff, though, like those E files or whatever. Um, Stated in 23, a lot of pilots have been seeing the same event occurring, namely seeing lights in the sky. Pilots have been instructing the vets over who knows what, typically between midnight and 3 o'clock, the witching hour. They didn't know if it was then because it was dark enough, or it's because when the lights were. They're saying, are we only seeing them at this time because it's dark enough to see them? And that's my takeaway. Well, I'm trying to, let's see. The first observation of the lights occurred in 23, while they were flying from Boston to Dublin, where he saw lights in the northeast. I think he was in an airplane, probably. He was at an elevation of 37,000 feet and believed the lights were higher than him, probably at 50,000 feet or higher. The lights were white in color. They'd start out dim, get brighter, and eventually fade out. Full cycle of the lights would range from 10 seconds to a minute. They looked like airplane landing lights, but it knew it was not them, or think it was Starlink flares, satellites, or meteors. It ranged between 1 to 4 lights at a time in the sky. Some lights did not move, while others moved in straight lines, sometimes changing directions, and typically did not move in a coordinated fashion. Since spotting the lights the first time, Mr. Redacted or Mrs. Redacted has seen them approximately 10 times. At times, the lights would disappear for minutes before returning. Someone has seen the lights for 45 minutes up to 2 hours. All directions except towards the south. They saw the lights 3 times in the direction of North Dakota while flying from either Seattle or Phoenix. So they fly a lot. I don't know where they're flying out of. Saw them off the West Coast. I'm almost thinking that this is a flight attendant or an airline crew person. They were able to capture the video on their Samsung S22 phone. Lights were brighter in person than on the camera. They're similar in elevation or slightly higher. It was filmed from the cockpit of his aircraft. So yeah, it's the pilot. So then they could have told us there's a pilot in the beginning instead of saying, oh, he does something. Oh, his airplane. Well, maybe he's just a rich dude with the plane, but he's in the cockpit. The lights, almost up to 10 of them are seen at a time. So, and not a lot of people were talking about it. He didn't really think there was stigma. Oh, I said, oh, damn it. I keep forgetting to share the big document. I just keep like summarizing it while you guys see the thumbnail. You can like pause and read through this, or just, yeah, this is what I just read through. But yeah, if you want to read it on your own, go to war.gov/UFO, the related media. Image, digital rendering. Oh, cool. That is a triangle or a pyramid thingy. Oh, damn it, I closed the wrong thing again. So yeah, just hold for a second while I get this back. Okie dokie, we're back. I gotta get back to where I was on there. Saw that on like page 3 or 2 or saw that one, saw that one, saw that one, saw that one. Gulf of Oman, we saw these ones. The ocean. I think when you change the page, it doesn't take you to the top of the next page. Pacific Ocean, we did these ones. Middle East, Middle East. See Brazil. We just read this one. That's the deceased occupant. Everyone was a dark translucent triangle. I think we read this. I think we've been pulling up the media and then doing the related. But let's see what it says. There's a whole big chunk redacted. So and so talked to so and they're sitting on the back porch. They don't remember seeing so many stars ever. Something flew behind them. It was 300 feet. About the size of a large SUV. Just doing some, kind of figure out some dimensions by saying how far the arm is in the image, and we're trigonometry. There's a perfect triangle, but because of his angle, he couldn't see if it was isosceles or equilateral. The observers familiar with all U.S. Air Force aircraft and the latest unmanned drones. It was only a triangle without any extra wings, fins, or bubble for the engine housing. We're getting to TR3B territory. Oh, did I not? Once again, I didn't share I opened the screen, but I didn't. I think we've gone through them all. Yeah, we read through this one when we went through. These are all the accompanying. The last page. Slow moving objects. Um, let's see, agent so and so with a telephone number of whatever and the email address of who knows what was interviewed by a so and so at who knows where at this email address. Um, he's held this position since some date, has been, he has no aviation expertise. He does, however, have a lot of private aviation time. I'm guessing he works somewhere around planes. His position with the he was alerted to an RF detection at something at 10K MLS for 10 seconds at 90 bursts with an unknown bearing. Further communication clarified to request and observed at a bearing 45 degrees. They used a thermal optic device to look in the direction, and they saw a black object in the sky, not moving fast. Took pictures using the optical device. While observing, he saw a second object to the right of the first. Sorry, yawn. Uh, uh, where was I at? Oh, yeah, he saw a second object to the right of the first and took additional photos. They were like moving together at the same speed. Both were black hot. This isn't like those cold orbs we've been reading about. Oh, it's for related media. Come on, let's see some photos. Video, sweet. Well, this is gonna be really far away. Does that even look like a triangle? Oh yeah, here's the other second one. To the right. Yeah. Weird. Let's see some closer triangles, please. None. Rendering. Oh, it's the wrong thing again. Thermally elevated aerial object. Um, this is also this year. So isn't it weird how we're getting so many files from this year? Sometimes maybe they're like not deleting stuff or um, special agent was positioned in the same general observation area referenced in their prior report. While conducting observation in the area, observed the thermally elevated aerial object in the same general western sector along with in a similar heading as the object observed in the previous night. Approximately 2 ridgelines further west than the location that over the previous object was observed. Due to increased distance and terrain separation, was unable to identify specific physical characteristics of the object or determining its exact configuration. During this same time, he also recorded a video of a Black Hawk helicopter operating in the same general area. The purpose of recording the helicopter was to establish a visual and thermal reference and point of scale, the flight characteristics and comparative size assessment. Based on my observations and simple comparisons to the Black Hawk helicopter, the UAP, I guess the UAO, the unidentified aerial object. So they're kind of mixing UAP and UFO. UAO appear to be approximately half the size of a Black Hawk, only an estimate. Whether it was fixed wing, rotor wing, or other unmanned aerial system, it is too far away to observe in detail. That pops up. We get any video with it? No, don't like it. Multiple red lights. I think we read this one. Yeah, we read through this one. This is with that halo, the glow, the night vision glow. So I've gone through all these. Slow moving object video. I think we just lost this one. Oh yeah, this is a. All right, so they're not super close triangles, but they're two thingies doing their thingy. Yeah, I guess that's it for drop 5. Thank you guys all for sitting around. I will pull a fortune cookie for you guys. So, if there is anyone still left in here. Let's see if I can. The portion of the day is. I just got Chinese food yesterday. I'm not necessarily tapping over a diamond heart. Your greatest asset is your positive perspective. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you in